So welcome back to River Queen Conjure. No, this ain't River Queen Conjure. Welcome back to Badass Tarot 2. Okay. This is actually going to be the Divine Feminine, the reading for the Divine Feminine energy. Okay. And so, but since I did go ahead and mention my other channel, River Queen Conjure, I would like to invite you all over there. We do have some very, profound discussions, okay, about this spiritual path that we all seem to find ourselves on, okay? This particular reading, though, is basically a small tap into the divine feminine energy. Okay. I just felt that it was only fair before I do the monthly readings that I go ahead and do the divine feminine energy, since I did look into the divine masculine energy a couple days ago. Okay, so Spirit can get 3 cards showing me the divine feminine energy as a collective. 3 cards for the divine femme as a collective, please. 3 cards for the divine femme. This is August 11th, okay? And I would like to see the current energy for the divine feminine collective, if you will, spirit guide. Thank you. 3 cards for divine feminine energy. Thank you, as a collective. Okay. 2 more for the divine feminine energy as a collective. I saw one that did want to pop out, okay? But I'm just going to see if she pops back out. Clear message, please, for the divine feminine. I'm not keeping these. They were falling. I need one more card for the divine feminine energy as a collective. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one, okay? And this is the second chakra, which this was not the one that had popped out. The one that had popped out was trying to pop out was victory for you guys, okay? But since it didn't come all the way out, I'm gonna force it, okay? So basically, for the divine feminine energy, damn, okay. For the divine feminine energy, I see you walking with the angel of strength, so you're being very strong at this time. And so no matter how much something might be hurting you, or might not be going the way you wanted to go, you're still doing what you need to do for you, and you're still standing strong, okay? And so the divine is completely supporting you in whatever it is that you're doing with the community. It looks like some of you are teachers, guides, and beacons of light along the way. Some of you may be singers, composers, entertainers of some sort. But a lot of you are now being guided by spirit to basically restructure your teachings, okay? I was going to keep these, but there's something weird going on with this energy here, okay? Something really weird going on with this feminine energy. I'm going to keep these, okay? For one, divine feminine, on the bottom of the deck is the 7 of Wands, okay? So you're very defensive about something, okay? Also being able to be seen with this angel of strength and her lion in front of her, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically you have like this stance of like, stay away from me, I ain't got time, and I see you focused on basically your work in the community, okay? And this is because you're still doing the final stages of your healing of your solar power center, okay? Which would be where you feel it in your gut, you feel it in your heart and throat chakra. You feel it in your third eye and in your crown chakra. This is what is being receiving an upgrade within you, divine feminine. Okay, welcome to whoever it is in the chat. I do not want to be distracted, so I'm going to go ahead and read these cards that I have, but I do welcome your energy. I will check out if there's any questions or anything being asked in the chat. So basically, the overall energy for the divine feminine is one, first, of being defensive and being very guarded, because you know the divine feminine has been through a lot, but being very strong, walking in your strength with the angel of strength, doing whatever work it is that you were called to do. You're like focused on your bigger cause. So like, for instance, if in the past you was crying over a love relationship or whatever, you have realized that you've put that in its proper place, and you understand your purpose for being here is to serve, to be a world server. And so you're now more focused on how you can bless the community. Okay, so it's a beautiful transformation that's taking place, and what's happening is all of your higher chakras and higher energy centers are now being lit. Okay, so again, this would be your solar plexus, okay, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown chakra are all being lit for you, divine feminine. Okay, I'm just going to read the cards the way that I have these in my hand. So right now you are the Queen of Cups. You may be feeling very emotional and maybe looking back on a lot of things that you've gone through and realizing that you've gone through a lot, but I feel yourself giving yourself a lot of love, a lot of self-love, appreciating yourself, which is as it should be. Okay, right next to you I see a Knight of Swords. Now this Knight of Swords is still your energy, divine feminine. I feel like there's a lot that you have to say, but you're waiting for the perfect time, the opportune, the divine timing in which to say those things. And so you're not in a hurry, because right now you're just chilling and you're taking care of yourself, but you are going to make sure, okay, that the truth comes out, divine feminine, about something. Okay, this is when you will be completely at peace with everything that has come to pass. Okay, we have the Tower inverted. So whatever it is that you have gone through, divine feminine, it is behind you. You have healed. Okay, it is over, but you still feel that there is some truth that needs to be spoken. Okay, and you are holding on to this truth until the opportune time that comes for you to flex that. Okay, as the Princess of Swords, okay, who is going to make her point, you know, she's definitely going to make sure that she is heard and that the truth um is being told. Again, on the bottom of the deck, divine feminine, you are very guarded. Okay, which deck, please? Another tarot deck. Okay, so I guess we are going to clarify these 5 cards that we have here for you, as again, like I said. And when I clarify, because I feel like some people feel like clarifying means that they weren't clear on the first message that came out, and that is not what my clarifications are. Okay, my clarifications are expounding or going a little bit deeper into, you know, what it was basically, was the message was. Okay, so can we clarify this Queen of Cups? Like I said, Queen of Cups is loving herself. She's focused on herself. She's examining her own cup and realizing she has so much to offer. And she's offering all of her love right now to herself. Is there a message for the Queen of Cups? We have the Ace of Swords. Again, verifying that everything that I just told y'all about this Queen of Cups is the truth. Okay? Can we clarify the Knight of Swords, who I also feel is the divine feminine's energy? Okay, don't forget, we are reading the divine feminine's energy. The divine feminine has a lot to say that she has decided not to say for whatever reason. There's a lot that has not been said. Okay, there's a lot that the divine feminine has held back, maybe because she wasn't given the opportunity to say it. Maybe the opportunity hadn't presented itself. Maybe the person that she needed to speak this truth to, maybe they ran. Okay, maybe they left, some loose ends that need to be tied up. But the divine feminine is very guarded. Okay, being the Knight of Swords, and she's also um she has a lot to say. Okay, and it will be said. To clarify this Knight of Swords, we have this Eight of Pentacles. So right now I see that the divine feminine is working very hard on trying to, because the divine feminine has gone through a lot. Okay, I mean, I can say that, because I am a divine femme and I am on this path. Okay, um basically it's like we have experienced the full spectrum of human emotion um at its highest height. Okay, meaning that we've experienced levels of pain that we didn't even know existed or that we could survive. We've experienced disbelief. We've experienced just things that we never thought that we would experience. And so we're trying to um basically, the thing that I'm trying to do, I would say personally, is um let go of the anger. I'm trying to forgive, because I know that there's a conversation that must take place. Okay, and so I'm trying to, because basically what this person is doing is working. Okay, so basically working on how I'm going to approach this conversation that must be had, without being so angry, without being bitter, basically trying to heal before I go into it, because I don't want to go into all of that. Okay, and so to clarify this Ace of Swords, we have the Hanged Man, which means that this truth that is going to come out right now is just at a standstill, because the divine feminine is basically, for one, as a divine femme who has gone through what I've gone through, and I do feel like I have suffered some grievous injustices. I don't feel like I need to rush, for to be on anyone's timeline other than my own, as far as like, you know, I will do this when I'm ready, when I feel that my healing is complete. Okay, and it almost is complete, but my higher chakras are being lit. Okay, so I'm going to wait until my healing is absolutely complete. I don't care who is getting anxious. I don't care who wants to rush the process. Okay, because if they rush the process, they were going to wish that they had it. Okay, with the sharpness of this Knight of Swords tongue that I would have if they were to come before I was ready. Okay, so like I said, I am working on myself, my approach. Um, you know, Not just me personally. I feel like the divine feminine, those of you who have not been in contact, but you know that this contact is going to be necessary to either evolve your relationship or to either finalize something, a conversation must be had. Okay, and so those of us who um were left with no closure, no answers, who were blamed for everything, uh we went through a very long, and some of us still in the process of a very long, tedious, painful, process of healing. Okay, and me personally, I can say that I feel that my healing is mostly complete. Okay, and so I very much relate with this Eight of Pentacles, with this Knight of Wands, because there's a part of me that's the Knight of Wands that, if you was to step to me right now, that's what you would get. Okay, which would be a message that it's going to be the truth, but it's going to come from a very sharp tongue. okay, that is, that is still um not completely healed. Okay, so that's still there's going to be some pain in there. There's going to be extreme anger, okay, there. Okay, and so basically what the divine feminine is doing is working on those things, okay, and focused completely on the self and how to better the self, how to heal, how to you know take the meat and leave the bones of this experience. How can I grow from this? How can I become stronger, better, and wiser? So we are working on ourselves, okay? And in the meantime, withholding a lot that probably should have been said a long time ago, but I do feel that it was the hand of the divine that placed this time and space between this conversation that is looming in the future, so that the divine feminine could do the proper heal in the proper way. Okay, and so that is what the divine feminine is doing, is fully immersing herself in her own healing and working on a new approach to the situation, working on seeing everything that she's gone through from a different perspective, trying to again take the meat and leave the bones of the situation, and trying to have the best outcome for everyone involved. Okay, this is what I feel for her. And so this truth will come out with this Ace of Swords. But as of now, nothing is moving because the ball is in the divine feminine's court right now, and the divine feminine is not moving until she's good and damn ready to move. Okay, so clarify for me, spirit, this tower inverted. What is this tower? Thank you. The inverted tower was because the tower inverted is something that has already happened, something that has already occurred, okay? And this is being clarified by this Eight of Swords, okay? So whatever happened, okay, if it was a ghosting, if it was and I'm feeling very much that it was, okay, because the reason why I feel that it was is because it left the divine feminine in a state of confusion, not knowing what's going on, limbo, okay? Can you see her? She's stuck. She doesn't know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't know which way to go. She doesn't know how to get out of what she's stuck. She's just kind of like hanging, okay? So she was left in a state of limbo, a state of disbelief. um the Eight of Swords is also being, trapped in your own mind, because you don't know what's going on when you're left without answers, when you're left without the things that you need in order to file it away in your emotional and mental Rolodex and to be able to move forward. And so next to one another, we have the Hanged Man and the um Eight of Swords. Okay, so the whole situation is in the Hangman situation because of the fact that the divine feminine was left in an Eight of Swords situation. And so the ball being in her court, nothing will move until she has her mental clarity. Okay, and so I feel that this divine feminine is very intuitive, but for a long time, she was mentally trapped in her own mind trying to figure out what the hell happened. Okay. Because it felt as if a lot of things came at the divine feminine all at once, and she didn't see any of it coming. Okay. So this was probably someone who was very trusting. Okay. But intuitive as far as like sensing something, but not being able to see it because maybe you don't want to see it. Okay. Clarify this Princess of Swords, please. We with the Two of Swords. Right. Okay. So we have the Two of Swords here clarifying the Princess of Swords. And again, I understand why, because like I said, the Princess of Swords is very she's defensive as well. You know what I'm saying? Look at the way that she has her sword. Okay, she's ready to bop somebody on the top of the head if they do not clarify for her. Okay, all of this confusion that they have left her in, blindfolded with this Two of Swords. Okay, not understanding whether I'm coming or going, not knowing what the hell just happened. Okay, so she wants to know what's happening. Which deck? That's another tarot deck. Okay. Why are y'all telling me to clarify stuff with the tarot deck? Okay, leave this here. So she's very, again, on top. She is very, and I'm also going to read the bottom of this because I feel like this is for the divine masculine who is in a time of judgment. This is all divine judgment. I'm being told to pick up another deck, okay, to clarify even further the cards that have already been thrown. Okay, so let's start. We have the Queen of Cups, okay? Nurturing, loving yourself, okay? Basically seeking truth, okay? And nobody is getting anything out of this cup but herself until she gets the truth, okay? We have her in her Knight of Swords energy. She has a lot to say, but she has held back. She's working on the way she's going to say it. She's working on her approach. She doesn't want any agitation in her world, okay, where she has created peace, okay. This Queen of Cups has been nurturing herself and she's been healing, and so she's working on her approach, so that, because I feel that whoever it is that she has this confrontation coming up with, they don't get along, they don't communicate well, and so she's trying to find the best approach to this coming truth that must come up with this Ace of Swords. So in the meantime, everything is in the Hanged Man position, okay? And I'm gonna just leave this over here showing you that overall she is very defensive, okay, walking with the angel of strength, doing what she needs to do for her community as far as her work as a world server, and working also with the archangel Ariel, who is healing her from the solar plexus on up, okay. So the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and crown chakra are being healed in the divine feminine, okay. These are the things that were activated when this tower happened, but this tower is inverted. The tower, however, did leave the divine feminine for a long time stuck in her own mind, in her own thoughts, because you're wondering what the hell happened. You don't know what went on. You were stuck and left in a state of literal disbelief not going on. And now the divine feminine is sort of in her Princess of Swords energy, okay? Defensive, but still wanting, very much demanding of the truth, okay? Because still not clear on everything with this Two of Swords, okay? But still very much wanting to know the truth. I feel that she is very intuitive. The blindfold over her eyes is one that she can see through just a little bit. So she is intuitive. She does know some things. She just needs clarification, okay? And so this is what it must happen in order for things to move forward. Let me make sure I got all my cards together, because they've actually told me to pick up another deck. Am I supposed to keep these? Okay. So 3 cards popped out. Wow. Okay. The Hierophant, okay? The Hierophant, which is, a spiritual teacher, which is what most of these divine feminines are, okay? And for me, this is very significant because it also represents a Taurus, which is my sun sign, okay? So the Hierophant energy, okay? Also coming out with the High Priestess, okay? Divine femme, you already know. You know everything. It's like you already know what has happened. You know you need to trust your intuition. But then we have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups stuck in your mind because if he did that. Yep. Okay. So, so the Hierophant. Okay. So basically, Divine Feminine, this was a lesson. Okay. And you know this was a lesson. Okay. So right now, again, you're loving yourself, you're nurturing yourself, you are healing yourself, and basically giving yourself the truth in some sort of intuitive sort of way. Okay. You still, this Knight of Swords is also your energy as you work hard. You're working hard on the way that you're going to approach this situation because you want to take the high road. You don't want to be triggered. You don't want to be angry. You don't want to come off, in any other way other than you want for there to be a peaceful resolution to the situation. Okay. This is the Hierophant coming out. Okay. As your higher self, your spiritual teacher, your spiritual guides, which are helping you devise your approach to the situation. Okay. The truth is going to come out. That is the major theme in the whole thing. This is what you want out of the situation, Divine Feminine. You want to know the truth of what happened. Okay. And until you know the truth, nothing is moving forward. Everything is in the Hanged Man position. Okay. You are the High Priestess. You already, basically, Divine Feminine, you already know the truth. You're just waiting for somebody to come and tell it to you. You are tired of the lies. Okay. Basically, you demanding the truth is basically going to cause someone else to grow. Okay. Of course, I'm pretty sure it's your Divine Masculine. You demanding the truth, already knowing it as this High Priestess. Okay. This person knows that they can't come to you in any other way other than correct. Okay. So if they come towards you, they must come correct, which is why you have the High Priestess here, which is why you also have the Princess of Swords here. Okay. Ready to decapitate whoever. Okay. And because the Princess of Swords, she's a little bit less mature with her sword than the Queen of Swords, who is also guarded, who has been hurt. But the Princess of Swords, she's more like, she's quick-headed. She's a hothead. Okay, because she has a little bit of, I wouldn't say narcissism, but she that self-love, even though it's not always in the correct way, it's more of like a selfishness. You are going to have to tell this High Priestess the truth, because this is a true High Priestess. Okay, a true High Priestess who is also a Hierophant. Okay, someone born to be a spiritual teacher, a spiritual guide, a spiritual leader. They see straight through your lies and your deception. Okay, cross watcher. The For the Divine Feminines that are watching, you already knew this. Okay, you already know that I'm speaking of past energy. Your tower has happened within the past year. Okay, within the past year. It might have been the past week, might have been the past 6 weeks, 9 months. It has happened within the past year. Okay. Wait. They said for some of you, your tower has happened within the past 3 years. So some of your towers go back as far as 3 years. Okay. But basically what happened was, because I feel that it was a ghosting. Okay. Because of the way that you were left in a state of confusion and disbelief and not really knowing which way to go. So you basically sat still for a long time, Divine Feminine. But during that sitting still, being a High Priestess by nature, being a Hierophant by nature, you were surrounded by angelic beings, okay, who were helping to bring you back to life. Okay. And so I feel like you went through a long period in the lower chakras. Okay. Like in your root chakra, feeling insecure, you know what I'm saying, in your base, feeling, not knowing what was going to happen and where your life was going to go. I feel like you were snatched maybe out of codependent situations. Okay. And so that's where you sat for a long time. But then you saw that the divine came and swooped you up, and then you began to develop more confidence, okay, within yourself, more confidence within the divine, more of a relationship within the divine. The whole time, though, you have remained defensive, okay, and the whole time you've also continued to share your love and your light with the community which that you came to share it with, okay? At the same time, becoming this Princess of Swords, who is one who is focused on the self, focused on self-love and also protecting the self, okay? I feel that you're at a point where you say a lot of positive affirmations in the mirror. You tell yourself you're beautiful. You actually see yourself as beautiful. You believe it. You won't allow anyone to, you may be even a little bit overly, like sort of like how when we come out of these narcissistic relationships, we have a little bit of PTSD. So like even, it might be your brother, it might be, your friend that says the least little thing to you that you may perceive as disrespect. You're going to chop their heads off because you are still in a period of healing, okay? Because you have already decided within yourself that you're not accepting disrespect from anyone, okay? So that's how I feel a lot of y'all are in your energy as far as with this Princess of Swords. And and it's because still, even though you're getting your glow up back and you're getting your shine and you're beautiful, everything is coming back, there's still a slight bit of anger there because of the things that you're unclear about, okay? With this Two of Swords, things that you still don't know, but I promise you that it is coming with this Ace of Swords, okay? You already know. I feel you being a Hierophant and a High Priestess, you being the one holding everything. Everything is standing still right now until you say, you know what I'm saying, that everything goes, until you have called judgment on the whole situation. Nothing is happening in this other person's life, okay? It's like Sealy on The Color Purple. Until you do right by me, everything you think about is going to crumble. This is what's happening on the other side, okay? So this is like a divine judgment that you were given the authority to call, okay? High Priestess, Hierophant, okay? Light worker, born teacher, born leader. You call judgment on the situation, nothing will move forward, okay? Because you still feel a great sense of loss within yourself. I wouldn't say I feel a great sense of loss, but that part of you lost something within you died, divine feminine, when this person betrayed you and left you in a state of disbelief. Because the divine feminine, the group that I'm tapping into, you are all very intelligent. You are all like very ambitious. You are all, very innovative, and you help other people. And so you were caught completely off guard by what happened. And so even though you have healed, even though you're back on your game, you're doing your job, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, there is still a part of you that is still very much hurt by the way things went down, okay? It's not even necessarily what went down, it is the way things went down, the way that this person betrayed you, the way that it was done. There's still a part of you that is hurt by that, okay? And so until you get this truth, this clarity, okay, this Ace of Swords that you are preparing yourself for, and the only reason you're preparing yourself for it and working on like how I'm going to say it, how I'm going to respond if they try to lie, how I'm going to, is because you know yourself and you do not want to go out of character, you do not want to lie, okay? You got this Ace of Swords energy. You are a very truthful person. You got it in two different decks, okay? You're working on how you're going to handle this situation because you know that this person might try to lie. You know that they might try to be deceptive. And those are the things that send you from 0 to 100 real quick because of the fact that you are a Hierophant by nature, Taurus, okay? And you are also a born High Priestess by nature. You cannot be lied to. You know when someone is lying to you and it causes you pain. Okay. From the divine feminine oracle, we have the goddess Kuan Yin, who is the goddess of compassion. Her message to you, divine feminines, is I recognize suffering in order to release it. Okay. And basically, curiosity breeds compassion. Now I want to show you, this is the goddess Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. Why is she here? Because of this Five of Cups energy that is still here. Okay, you still have a little bit of hurt left, even though you have done everything right, divine feminine. You went through a very long and slow process of healing and making yourself stronger, better, and wiser. You're almost there. Okay, the goddess Kuan Yin is coming in to embody you, to help you understand that that suffering, okay, was necessary, that it was helping to make you stronger, better, and wiser. And you wondering why I had to go through that. She says that curiosity breeds compassion. Okay, and so basically this was to make you into the person that who you are becoming. Okay, for some reason I'm being called to the bottom of the deck, even though I got this one. I'm going to read the one that I had at first, and then I'm going to read the bottom of the deck and go ahead and close out your reading, divine feminine. We have Saint Bridget, Our Lady of Exalted Light. Her message to you, divine feminine, is I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. Okay. So what she also, her message to you, divine feminine, like I said, the goddess Kuan Yin came in to let you know that your suffering that you went through, because this is a part of you feels sorry for yourself for what you went through. And you really want clarity and understanding, complete and total understanding on why did it happen to me and why did I have to go through that. Okay. And so this Saint Bridget, she's the lady of exalted light. She's letting you know that, even though you went through it, okay, a lot of you feel like you died. Okay, I personally feel like I died and was resurrected, and it was to show that no matter what you go through, okay, you will always be resurrected, because you are the light itself. You are life itself. Okay, and so basically she's showing you that there is nothing that can take you out. There is nothing that you cannot overcome with the love with which you are filled to the brim. Okay, the card that was calling out to me from the bottom of the deck, the divine feminine, was Teresa of Avila, Our Lady of Interior Life. I must be the I'm sorry. I trust the answers I find within me. I know. Let me see. My ass is blind. Okay. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. Now, let me tell you why she is here. You are a born high priestess. Okay. High priestess by nature. Okay. Probably in your bloodline. Probably in your bloodline. You are a high priestess by nature. You are also a hierophant by nature, a spiritual teacher, one who will lead and guide and teach, act as a beacon of light for others. Okay, so on the bottom of the deck you have Teresa Avila, very strong energy, who is entering into you right now. Okay, and let me see, I want to see some of your comments before I go. Welcome, Confident Soul, because this is probably going to be the last card. Welcome, Angela. Peace. Thank you all for sharing this. D Little, you much love and light to you, babe. And Tiffany Johnson, welcome to the chat. So Teresa of Avila, her message to you, divine feminine, is that I trust the answers I find within me. Why? Because you are a high priestess by nature. You already know things. Okay, you get dreams, you get visions. Okay, you get downloads from the divine. You already know things. Okay, I know that the presence of that the presence of love is real. Okay, so in your situation going forward, regardless of, this is what I feel like your overall answers are going to be. Okay, and let's not forget that you are not completely healed yet. Okay, so this is where you are right now, divine feminine, but you are in such a beautiful place to me. Okay, so I see you in a place of caring for yourself, loving yourself, giving all of your love and attention and compassion to yourself. You are in a Knight of Wands energy, though, because there's a lot of truth that you need to still let out as far as to complete your healing. There's things that need to be said. The reason that you have held back is because of the type of person that you have been dealing with in the past. Okay, and you want peace in your life. You don't want to fight. You don't want the argument. You don't want to be upset. So you have been working very hard, and and you are the one who has been holding back the whole situation as far as when this conversation or when this finalization or whatever it is, when it takes place, because the ball is in your court. Okay, you are armored up as this knight of swords. Okay, but you are also armored with the truth. Okay, and you're ready to speak your truth, and you're ready to guard yourself against any lies or anything that might come towards you that doesn't belong to you as far as the blame for things. Okay, you are a high priestess by nature, a hierophant by nature. So a lot of you are a Taurus born. You have Taurus in your chart, or you may be a Taurus sun. Okay, and it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a Taurus, but if you are a Taurus, then you know that I'm speaking directly to you. Some of you are also Virgos. Okay, so a lot of the high priestess, the hierophant energy, which is also a divine couple. Okay, twin flame divine couple, which means for me in this energy, divine feminine, you have balanced these energies within yourself. Okay, you have balanced being both the high priestess and the hierophant within yourself, meaning that you are very intuitive. You already know. The moon tells you things, the whole universe tells you things. Nothing is kept secret from the high priestess. Okay, and the hierophant is the one who is sharing the information that they choose to share, with the world. Okay, so that spiritual teacher, the divine feminine, has balanced both of these energies within herself, which is why both of these came out in her chart. The Ace of Swords comes behind it to say that everything I just said is the truth. Okay, the divine feminine overcame a tower. Her tower is inverted, which means the divine feminine is basically healed from whatever has happened. In the meantime, everything is on hold because the divine feminine still is in this Two of Swords energy, because there's still some things that she is unclear on, even though her intuition has told her the basis of what she needs to know, and she knows it. She wants to hear it from the horse's mouth. And she's waiting, okay, with her beautiful self. She's had her glow up. She's received a spiritual upgrade, okay. She's beautiful. She's very attractive. The masculine or the divine counterpart is coming her way, but she is ready to decapitate that person with the first lie or untruth or truth that they omit during the story, because she already knows it, okay. And so, like I said, the reason why is because she is still, a little bit angry because of the state that she was left in when this person left her with no answers, with no, without the truth, with lies, in limbo, with the door wide open, not knowing what was going to happen. She was trapped in her own mind in this Eight of Swords energy, okay? She is almost completely healed, but because of what happened to her, the way that it happened, the way that it went down, there is still some hurt there, okay? The divine feminine still feels that Five of Cups sense of loss energy within herself, okay? And so this is why the goddess Kuan Yin has shown up from the divine feminine oracle to let you know that, there was a purpose for your suffering, and it was for you to learn compassion, but even more so for your divine masculine to learn compassion, because this is what he is going to have to bring, okay, in order to even get within your reach, within your presence, okay. Our Lady of Exalted Light, Saint Bridget, says that you can give as much love as you want to give, because you feel that sense of loss, divine feminine, because you feel that you gave and you gave and you gave and you overgave, and none of your cups were filled. Everything just got spilled out. You gave and you didn't get much in return. You didn't get much love in return, okay. And so you feel a sense of loss. But Our Lady, Saint Bridget, Our Lady of Exalted Light, is letting you and reminding you that you draw your sense of love, divine feminine, from an inexhaustible source, okay, that which we call God, the Most High, the prime creator, okay. And so as much love as you have given out, you can go back to that source and fill yourself back up, which is what you have been doing of recently, okay, not really focused on nobody but yourself. You can fill yourself back up. You can heal yourself, divine feminine, and you will be just as fine. You got just as much love to give out as you think that you have lost, okay. Teresa of Avila, Our Lady of Interior Light, okay. Again, her message was that, she trusts the answers that she finds within herself. and she knows the presence of love because she understands that the dreams, the visions, the hunches, it downloads, okay, the answers that I'm getting through the tarot card reader, through the medium, all of these things are true if I trust my own intuition, okay? Because the source of all of these answers is within myself. That source is love. That source is God. God is love. Love is God. It is within me. So in order to get the answers for anything that I feel that I'm still unclear about, to finish and complete my healing, divine feminine, because we have Archangel Ariel working on your higher chakras here. She's working on your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your third eye, and your crown. Okay, this is where you receive your divine downloads, your insight, your guidance. And so trust what you get, okay, as far as your visions, your knowing, your intuition. Trust this above all else, okay, and you will have your answers that will help to complete the healing that is almost absolutely complete. Okay, so like I said, Teresa of Avila says trust the answers that you find within yourself. Those are the answers that you think that you're going to get from someone else, that you think that you've been waiting for. Okay, you know that the presence of love is real. God is within you. You can get the answers from God. God is the only one who has the answers. Okay, understand that you have been dealing with someone who is a child of the father of lies, and you will never get the answers from that person. Okay, but the source of all truth is within you, divine feminine, and they are telling you to trust your own intuition. I am the Oracle Oshun Ajay. This is Badass Tarot on Instagram and Badass Tarot 2 on YouTube. Peace.